Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name is Fred Wheeler and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. And as it happens, I've decided to talk about stupid characters. No, I'm not talking about stupid characters. No, instead I've decided to select one of the most clickbaity titles I could possibly think of in a desperate attempt to boost my channel's popularity. I'm calling this particular video The Worst Dungeons and Dragons Party. Now, there are many videos out there that have the word worst and best. And I have decided that I'm going to go with the worst for today. So what could be the absolute worst Dungeons and Dragons party composition or selection of individuals that you could possibly have? Well, let's start off with our true favourite. The Fellowship of the Ring. This party didn't even stay together long enough to complete the third part of their task. Was really essentially a collection of bumbling and stumbling and dissent within the group. You can have my hammer, you can have my sword, you can have my bow, but you certainly can't have teamwork. To be fair, I wouldn't say that the Fellowship of the Ring was the absolute worst collection of individuals that you could call a Dungeons and Dragons group. Close at times, but I wouldn't say the worst. So let's have another look, another possible option available for today. And I'm going to put up as my second possibility, and that is the Dungeons and Dragons Cartoon Party, which is made up of a collection of kids stuck in a fantasy world that stumble into the most powerful and dangerous monsters that you can possibly imagine and spend all of their time running away. That doesn't sound like a particularly good adventuring group to me, and they are certainly labelled as Dungeons and Dragons, and yet hugely popular cartoon, but I wouldn't say a very good Dungeons and Dragons party. Okay, to be fair, I'm not actually here to give the Fellowship of the Ring or the Dungeons and Dragons Cartoon Party a hard time, because neither of these parties are in fact the worst that I can possibly think of. Instead, I have spent many years careful research, and I have only selected facts for this video. Instead, the members that I think make up the absolute worst Dungeons and Dragons party of all time are the following members. I have selected 6 for my discussion today. Let's start off with number 1. Number 1 needs no introduction. No, this is Jar Jar Binks. This self-proclaimed ranger who will, truthfully, he will warn you of local monsters while yelling very loudly and drawing the beast's attention so that it can attack you and possibly kill you and then eat you. Not the sort of individual you want on your party. Commonly, Jar Jar Binks is very overconfident in his knowledge of the environment, but it's also sort of balanced off by an extreme accident-prone nature, or he is in fact a drunken master monk, one of those drunken master people, because I don't know that anybody can be that unlucky, but apparently he is. This is certainly one of, I wouldn't say the absolute worst, but certainly he's up there amongst the 6 that I have selected for today. Now, there is one other thing we need to consider, and that is that Jar Jar Binks is also suspected to be a Sith Lord. That is a Sith Lord responsible for destroying the entire Star Wars franchise. And that, I have to say, is a good enough reason to suspend him from any involvement in Dungeons and Dragons. We don't need him, thank you very much. Number 2 on my list is Barney the Dinosaur, and I know what you're thinking. Fred, how can you possibly put Barney the Dinosaur on the list? Well, I have, and there's nothing you can do about it. Clearly, this is a purple, dancing, singing T-Rex dino. I would classify this particular individual as a bard. This rather annoying incredibly friendly and happy dino thinks everybody is his friend. And he actually never stops singing. It seems to be a constant process for him. So when he wakes up the dragon because you've been trying to explore quietly the cave or lair, and he's still singing those sodding songs, let the purple dinosaur go first because they make the tastiest treats. So that is number 2 for me, Barney the Dinosaur. Number 3 on my list is, you guessed it, Scrappy-Doo. Used to be very popular, but I have to say, as a Dungeons & Dragons party member, terrible choice. This crazy suicidal idiot is a self-made barbarian with incredible strength, yes, I'll give him that, for his size. He is quite small. Unfortunately, this overconfident, reckless puppy has a death wish, which means when Scrappy-Doo picks a fight with the Tarrasque, be a long way away. Be as far away as you possibly can because you don't want to be there. Number four, oh my gosh, do we remember this particular character? Dolores Umbridge. Ugh, it just makes my skin crawl thinking about it. This cutesy facade that she presents, this short old woman, is highly skilled as a witch, mastered all of the magical arts, including, as it happens, curses in particular. She's very good at them. She's completely obsessed with pink clothing, and that, I have to say, I don't like, and pussycats. She's the most horrible creature you can possibly imagine, who's actually a sadist, and you do not want a sadist on your party. This is no little old lady. This is no nice lady. It's not really a lady at all. She's like some sort of horrible, disguised mess of nature. And likely, Dolores is working for the villain in your campaign, so beware, she is going to betray you. Number 5 on my list. Yes, you guessed it. You knew it was coming. Dawson Leary appears to be the perfect nice guy who smiles a lot and is a fantastic listener. How does this help you in your Dungeons & Dragons game? I have no idea. I suspect it does not. He is an overly sensitive guy who likes to cry if a monster sort of growls at him just a little bit. Not really going to be very useful to you. He is mistaken for a fighting pacifist. Is there such a thing as a fighting pacifist? He will steal your partner and then apologize when he stole your partner from you. My suggestion to you is, don't let that happen, because when you rescue that princess and you think, okay, she's into me, chances are that Dawson is going to draw her attention. Instead of falling for you, Dawson's going to fall for the princess, and the princess is going to fall for Dawson. Now, if you're playing a female character and you're snoozling up with the prince, and the prince is nice, he's handsome, he's got lots of money, stuff like that, a big kingdom, chances are you don't have a chance with the prince, because guess what? Dawson Leary. That's what it is, Dawson Leary. He's going to be having a good old time with your prince. Don't you worry. So get this waste of space to carry all of your backpacks and your gear and your weapons and use them as monster baits, because he's really no use to you whatsoever. Dump that guy. Last one, number 6. My final selection for tonight, and that is Ned Flanders. That's right, Ned Flanders. This seemingly clean-cut expert in religion is annoyingly optimistic. That means you have a cleric with no healing powers who is completely committed to his God and message, but they have no healing powers whatsoever. He's surprisingly strong though, but given you can't get him angry by insulting him, He's likely a powder keg waiting to explode in your face when you do the wrong thing and he doesn't like it. You'll always know the ones who seem so nice and never seem to get angry are the most dangerous to be around. Ned's going to, by the way, probably burn at the stake your magic users. That's the wizard and the sorcerer and the warlock and the bard and probably the cleric and possibly anybody else. So don't bring a second cleric along with you, because he's going to burn all of the magic users for practicing witchcraft, by the way. Oakley dokley, that is my list for today. The absolute worst Dungeons and Dragons party that I could possibly think of. Now, I have to say, if you found this video even slightly entertaining or amusing, please hit the like button. If you thought this was an educational video and you are completely confused, I think you need to hit the thumbs down button because you didn't get the joke. Now, if you want to support my channel and you haven't subscribed, hit the bell button and the subscribe button. Check your YouTube notifications so you actually get informed when I am live and publishing new videos. That would be very, very helpful. If you want to support my channel, you did so by watching this video, and I do apologize if I have offended you. Probably no, I don't. I will probably not actually apologizing. I'm just doing it because I feel like doing it. I have hundreds more videos, not like this one, but they are for players and dungeon masters if you are interested. I don't do Patreon, but I do have affiliate links down in the description if you want to go and check them out, where for the Amazon and the book depository, I get a small commission and you pay exactly the same price. Now, this is your opportunity in the live chat to please tell me, do you agree with my selection, or do you think that another candidate or another selection of candidates should be put forward? If you put forward a candidate, I would appreciate a logical and rational reason why they should be added to the list. Now, if you're not part of live chat, that's what the comment section's all about. So make sure to jump in there. And as a last message before I sign out, remember, if it's not clickbait, it's not Dungeons and Dragons popular YouTube. Okay, till next time, keep rolling those 20s.